All right, we're digging out from a Scyther Lanch here. We had a psychic ship that Valentin made quick work of in the northeast corner, and yeah, so we're gonna be shredding Scythers, which is far better than Scythers shredding us. Okay, so I've got to vote for Dark Souls 2. And then there's something to be said for Bloodborne and the fact that it is Lovecraftian, and a lot of my audience is into Darkest Dungeon, so there might be a bit of synergy there with Bloodborne as a first go. I have a feeling I'm going to try one of these, and then I'm going to be like in on all of them. But I'm not a console gamer at all, so I will likely wait for optimization. Rusty. Um, oh, interesting. I thought all of the Souls games were. Is it From Software? That's the one that did Elden Ring, right? So I just assumed that they were all kind of the same basic team doing the same basic work. But that's interesting that there's been who's the primary person who owns the Souls IP? What's the overarching company, I guess? This is probably wasted here. Okay, so it is From Software, but a different team in From Software did DD2, is what you're saying? The reason that the hospital is so filthy is that Amboss is currently getting rewound. Got it. Okay. So From Software, but then within that, the creative lead, etc., weren't necessarily consistent across all of the games. Uh, I've been watching the memes, obviously, because one cannot escape them on places like the Reddits, and it seems like magic builds are particularly strong in Elden Scrolls. Is that a true observation? Happy Souls. I'll have to check it out. Oh, Bloodborne is not on PC. I just assumed all of them had PC ports. Wow. The world of Dark Souls is more full of intrigue than I thought. So magic and dex are strong in Elden Scrolls. Got it. Uh, I don't remember which question you might have missed. Curious. One was about one thing that was just observed that I was surprised and intrigued by was the fact that Bloodborne does not have or is console exclusive. So I'll have to at some point I'm gonna get a capture card, and then maybe I will do the console thing. Because I have nothing against consoles. I've just always been a PC gamer for as long as I have been, as long as I have existed. So I was gonna say, someone get on fixing this. If I can see it, it should have already been fixed. Uh, but yeah, I would probably start with a different Souls game than Bloodborne, even though I think Bloodborne probably is a good choice for me. It just sounds like I would have to make an investment in a console and to make it work, which is not out of the question for some point in the future. But oh yes, it's Elder Scrolls and Elden Ring. There we go. Thank you, Rusty. My brain is having cramps from the extreme sleep deprivation that I had over the weekend. But yes, Elden Ring is strong decks and magic bills, and then Elder Scrolls is part of the Skyrim universe. Is that correct? Because I also have never played Skyrim, so I have more than my fair share of amazing franchises that people love and that I've never played. Yeah, okay. Elder Scrolls is Bethesda, and that was also that is also the people who do Skyrim, I believe. Easier said than kept track of some of these things. Okay. Oh, hey, you too. Settle down. Oh, that was a terrible noise. What was that? Jeez. Also, why is Kenta so incredibly squishy? I feel like every time Kenta gets into a fight, he's beat within a half inch of his life. Okay. Got it, Rusty. And then of those, Skyrim is kind of like the pinnacle of like everyone's favorite kind of first-person RPG, I think. Which I'm a huge fan of RPGs. So the fact that I have not played Skyrim, I kind of feel like my whole life I was holding off on playing all these games that I really would have enjoyed and just saving them for when I was streaming and would have to pick things up. Which, unrelated side note, but probably a good time. I really need to get some more diversity in my streaming lineup right now. I really need another game to fill in, and I'm trying to decide what to take the mothballs off of or what to pick up as a new game. So I'm curious if anyone has any suggestions. I'm probably going to hold off on Elden Ring for the time being. Oh yeah, I mean, I think that the Souls franchise in general is a masterclass. So I don't think they need to branch out at all. They clearly have found something and it works. And there's a lot of RPG elements in Elden Ring, I will say. I've kind of noticed over my little bits of watching, right? Because you're assigning stat points, you're picking up skills, you're developing your character, you're equipping your character. You know, a lot of the standard RPG type behaviors. Starfield. I remember reading about Starfield at one point. It boggles the mind, Rusty. Absolutely boggles the mind. 10 million copies on PC alone, and that's probably their least... Is that their least popular platform? They probably sold more console releases. Okay, we got 2 solar pinholes here. I will give them to anyone who is awake, just to clean things up. So much of our inventory is filled with Thrumbo. I should probably just make a launcher and put it in. Oh, Rusty, I am so jealous. To be completely honest, I just I have always been a slow reader, and so that's like, what game was it? It was Griftlands, which I absolutely love the Clay interactive games, and Griftlands was just too much reading for me on stream. Like, as much fun as I had with that game, and I really liked the deck building and, you know, the roguelite elements, but after I kind of played through that game once or twice, the reading felt really important, and there was so much of it. I mean, I'm sure I will, Rusty. I have every faith and expectation that I will at some point. Oh, yes, Octopath Traveler. There's another game that just came out that I've been seeing articles for. It's called something triangle, and it has kind of like a strategy. Yes, triangle something. Or are you just making fun of me? Curious. It's either would be totally valid. But I got like a million every day. I get a new article in my in my uh, in my news feed about the triangle game. Yeah, triangle. Oh, is it just called Triangle Strategy? I'm like, it's a strategy game with triangle in the name. Oh, Los Molos busted ship. Could come with Ruffian, a Persona Mono sword with Kill Sorrow on it. Or Vigarsum, a Persona Mono sword with Neural Cooling and Freewielder. Neither of those look too interesting. Game of the decade. That's a bold claim for so early in its evolution. I'm not questioning it by any means. So here's the interesting thing. If we take Los Molos busted ship, I'm hoping they're not going to land in range of this. If they do, they're just dead, and I think we just let them go. And I think we would just do it here. We'll get Musto some more of that. Okay, where did they land? Ah, this is a beautiful place for them to land. All right, we love to see it. Oh yeah, I also didn't look to see quest-wise who's coming after them. Oh, tribals are coming after them? This is even better than I could have possibly expected. I believe that there is no nothing you are saying I am taking lightly, Rusty. I dole out that kind of praise also very, very judiciously. I'm curious though, is it everything that I have read about Elden Ring leads me to believe that the reason that it is awesome is primarily because every aspect of it is so perfectly executed, right? I don't hear anybody saying like, it's, genre defining, or, it somehow changes the genre, etc. All right, this is going to be fun. These poor tribals, they're going to do some work for us though. It seems like it's just a beautifully executed game, which is also awesome. Like I can get down with just taking a really good design and executing it flawlessly. But I was curious if from your perspective there is anything in particular that makes it that much better. All right, well there goes the tribals. They did not fare well against the mech cluster, to no one's surprise, but they did do a good job taking out some of the auto charge turrets. All right, we're all done here. Yeah, I think unfortunately my current PC, because I need a new PC. I don't know if we've talked about this much on stream before, but I'm rocking a 1080 Ti on my primary rig that is not going to be able to do much. It would probably absolutely choke on Elden Ring. So, and that is not to mention, in addition to that, the other sad reality of my PC is that the CPU is not much better. I think I have like a 6900K, which I think is a 4-core or a 6-core CPU. So I'm really behind the times PC wise. So I need to at some point get myself a new PC. But that event could not have gone better. Well, so curious. If I were to go the PS5 route, one, I would need to get a PS5 or Xbox, and then I would have to do research because, like, this is the thing. I prefer Xbox controllers over PS5 controllers, and I know that's a religious war to say the least. But I've always found the staggered joysticks make more sense to me than having uh, the two joysticks that are kind of symmetrical, because I feel like you use them for different things. But so I think if I would naturally tend towards getting a Xbox because the Xbox controller is the one that I'm more familiar with, but I'm of the opinion right now that the PS5 is the superior console, I think. But maybe they're closer than I give them credit, and I should not be so worried. But I would have to get a console. Kenta, you absolute monster. Okay, so we're gonna have to remove all of this from the work zone because Kenta decided to wander out and attract the ire of the mech cluster. Yeah, so Forbidden West, I have been very interested in. Although Forbidden West that's a PC game now, right? Like there's a PC port of that now. Citation needed. Don't take my word for it. Uh Hey, Rusty, always a pleasure. Thank you for swinging by and saying hi. Missed you and hope to see you once your Elden Ring addiction settles down a little bit. But in the meantime, enjoy the game and have a wonderful night, man. But yeah, God of War, never played it. Horizon Zero Dawn and its sequels, uh, and then yeah, Bloodborne. That's a lot of exclusives that have a lot of draw. But now it was Microsoft just bought Activision, right? So at some point in the future, we may see some heavy hitting titles coming out. Although I guess Activision and by extension Blizzard, it's been a long time since they've done much good. It seems like they've been overly fixated on harassing their female staff members rather than actually creating quality content. But I was addicted to WoW for more than my fair share of history, recent or otherwise. So I certainly can't slam Blizzard. They've had some incredible IPs. Uh, Star. Okay, Musto. I knew you were gonna do something silly. I could kind of see it in your eye. I guess we have to remove this from the cooking zone as well. There we go. But a friend of mine, Mion Rai, who curious, you've crossed her path a few times, I'm pretty sure, uh, was a big both Overwatch player and then also Heroes of the Storm. I don't know if she's still playing Heroes much, but Heroes of the Storm was, if nothing else, a really good reminder of the fact that they have an insane pantheon of heroes, and like their universe is, wow, that is charging so fast. The universe of their characters is just so incredibly awesome. They are they have created so many rich storylines between World of Warcraft, Starcraft. We need Houston. We need someone to come take care of Intellectus ASAP. They're having a painful heart attack. Randy, no, you're not a medical person. Who is a medical person? Steroid? I need you out here, stat. Get in there. All right. Nope, steroid. Do not leave. Oh, did we already get it? All right. Looks like Intellectus is no longer suffering from a heart attack because of our quick thinking. Whew. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn has been out for so long. Curious. That's the only thing that makes me wonder. Like, Horizon Zero Dawn has been, I mean, that was released what, like 3, 4 years ago? That's big citation needed on that one. I don't follow the dates of game releases, so I'm spitballing in a big way there, but it seems like it's been out forever, and the fact that there's already an expansion pack as well speaks to that's gonna look good there. All right, gold deposit expires, no big deal. But yeah, I'm thinking about that's the other thing I'm thinking about, Curious, is I may start devoting one night a week to Skull again, to go back and play a little bit more of that. Because I had a lot of fun with Skull. Another great controller game. But I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, like, I have 1 to 2 slots in my rotation. I'm still really loving Darkest Dungeon, and it I feel like I've been hitting a really good stride with D2, but I feel like moving that to 1 day a week is probably wise. And then RimWorld is a good, chill stream. You know, I really enjoy it. But it's not a game that gets a lot of attention unless you're like one of the big RimWorld streamers, which I am not. So while these streams are very quiet and I enjoy them very much, RimWorld therapy, as it were, at some point I should probably switch it up to just find some games that will turn more heads. I'm gonna wake Flynn up a little earlier and get the nutrient paste dispenser up and running so that everybody doesn't starve to death. Yeah, that's one thing that's been very interesting is that within my kind of like band of performance, the games that I put on YouTube have very clear stratification. Like Darkest Dungeon is the best performer, has the most interest associated with it, and then The Last Spell is in that kind of second tier, and then RimWorld is kind of in that third tier. So, you know, to a certain extent, though, I'm not chasing views, but I also want to make sure that I am playing things that people enjoy watching, and that have a good built-in audience for them. I can't believe it. This mech cluster, I feel like, was the first thing that arrived, and it's going to be here with us when we finish stream, it looks like, because it is so unstoppable. And the good news is we've bought down a lot of our chem fuel surplus. Like, this room was just full before, and this is a much better way to be. But yeah, I was thinking we might want to deep storage some thrumbo fur. Like, we could put a pod like right here. Just tuck it away. And probably put, I wonder, could we fit all of the thrumbo fur into one pod? You can fit 5,000 into one pod. Oh, that's a nice round number. I will give it that. So let's tuck it down here, actually. This is an interesting spot for it. We'll start playing with faux deep storage to clean up our inventory. I've never used this strategy before, but I have certainly seen posts about people attempting it. And I don't know why I'm saying attempted, because it's just like, It's a very doable strategy. We're just about due for some excitement. So we'll set the fuel target for 0. Build a transport pod. Oh, the pods arrive. What are these from? But why? But why did the pods arrive? I don't even remember what quest I did for a Zeus hammer. Deadly Bear. This weapon is engraved with an image of fortune tellers playing craps. The overall composition is well balanced, rounding out the work. The scene takes place inside an encampment built near a bramble. The author is unknown. There you have it. Okay, so let's see. So let's... Oh, we need to put some fuel to be able to do that. Now, I don't actually know if I can dismantle the pod launcher while leaving the transport pod. This is going to be an interesting... Actually, let's test that out, because there's no... There's no point in doing this if it's just not going to work. So let's do that. Okay, so that's in there. So if I deconstruct this... Yeah, okay, so you do need to... The pod remains, but the items within it fall out. Okay, so that's not going to work exactly the way that I wanted it to. We could certainly find a different way to... do that, but the fact that the pod launcher has to stay with it is a little bit suboptimal from a... like, storage hack. I mean, it's still... like 3 slots for all of that. So maybe we'll put it, yeah, let's still put it in. But I'm going to put it like this. And then we'll make this the spot to put the item. And then we're really only losing 1 slot of space. And once we get the pod launcher, we'll set its fuel to 1 tile, since we're not planning on sending anything anywhere. We have so much Devil Strand, too. Actually, we can make this whole area be pod launchers and just fill it up with, like, bulk goods. That's actually pretty smart. Now, can we actually put a pod launcher like that? I think I got it wrong. Fire. What's on fire? Well, that's unfortunate. All right. Where's someone with psionic ability to deal with this? Tony, please just... Morrison, you could have psionic ability. Alright. Onboss is coming out to just deal with this, because I don't want this burning. There we go. We have solved the problem. Now down here, so what's my plan? So we can do upside down L's this way. And then I think we can do a second row like this. Okay, so let's do... Now we're hoping that this lines up with the bottom. And it doesn't. Never does. We'll still leave it like that, and then we're gonna do this pattern, and I think we can roof over all of it since we're not planning to launch. Okay, this is too much. I'm going overboard. For now, we can just build the one, and this will be more than enough. And do I want it to line up with the bottom? Actually, if we're going to start any place, let's... Yeah, let's start down here. Yeah, that works out nicely. Let's just do those. And then we can start loading in excess steel, etc. And excess devil strand. All right, there we go. So now... There we go. Just do 5 really quickly. Is this one done, by the way? I don't know why the goose eggs keep rotting. I'm not sure what I need to do to prevent the goose eggs from rotting. It's probably a question I should ask the Reddits.